You know, I thought yesterday, in terms of hypocrisy, hysteria, histrionics, dreadful acting, that the Greens' performance yesterday related to Marama Davidson and taking some leave to go and have a relatively sane, simple, and it has to be said, early operation to deal with her breast cancer and the lumps in her breast, that there was nothing that could have possibly eclipsed that this week. And I said that to you at the start of this program, and I said that to you yesterday. I'm wrong. I am 100% incorrect. That has been eclipsed by an old politician who has lurched and stumbled out of our recent past history, who has, in actual fact, atomized anything that you could consider to be slightly censorious or critical yesterday of the Greens by comparison in terms of hypocrisy and in terms of just sheer lack of self-awareness and a complete disregard for fact, history, or the concerns or compares of literally hundreds of thousands of people. Exhibit A, and she rides back into our lives, former Prime Minister Dame Jacinda Ardern, who has announced a new job, a new venture for herself, a new vocation, where she'll be working, and I quote, with global political leaders on a program about leading with kindness and empathy. The former Prime Minister has taken to Instagram to announce a 12-month program named Field, saying she hadn't quite managed that cup of tea and a lie down just yet, and that Field is hosted by some group called Global Progress, and they're going to create a network of like-minded political leaders who use pragmatic idealism and speak to people with hope and optimism rather than fear or blame, and want to unite rather than divide as we look to solve the challenges ahead. Field, she says, is an incredibly humbling and exciting project to be leading. It's all part of my ongoing mission to help rehumanize leadership and just be useful. More updates to come. Dame Jacinda Ardern on Instagram, just announcing that she is going to be putting kindness and empathy and gathering like-minded, superior moral individuals together who are going to unite humanity, humanize politics, and eschew division and dissension, because she is going to be leading that particular group. This from a woman who rendered tens of thousands of New Zealanders second-class citizens by direct policy, who lied categorically about the effects of medication that were available, who demanded that doctors, teachers, scientists, policemen lose their jobs, gym managers, for God's sake, hairdressers, because they happened to demur on whether or not they wanted a medication that they decided that they didn't. This from a person who presided over a totalitarian system that shut down a country, that denied New Zealanders the opportunity to come home because they weren't here, that separated dying families, that said you can't go and visit your dying son or daughter or mother or father because I say so. This is the kind of person who now says that this was all kindness and empathy. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't so lacking in self-awareness, self-understanding, an understanding of the pain and the division that this woman has caused, which eventually forced her to resign from the position of Prime Minister at the start of last year, it would be funny. But it's not. She still thinks that she's special, having inflicted enormous dissension, enormous pain upon individuals and families and ordinary citizens of this country. And now she's going out into the world saying, look at me, I'm going to lead all my like-minded leaders to the promised land where I, the Saint Jacinda, will in actual fact walk amongst the healed, the blind, the sick, the lame and the ill, and cast my leadership skills upon you so that you will walk, see, hear and be healed for the first time. This woman is a stunning example of hypocrisy, of a kind of hate for fact, a level of self-awareness that simply doesn't exist. And for her to join field global progress and teaching the world about kindness and empathy when she has wreaked damage to hundreds of thousands of lives that have been left behind, there are no words that can possibly in any way describe the hypocrisy, the sheer hyperbolic lack of awareness, of self-respect, of the damage that this woman has caused in her trail. That woman should have her damehood stripped from her, not so much for the damage that she has caused to this country, but for the continual misrepresentation of who she is, what she's done, and what she stands for. She is a liability to this country. And at a time when she should be going around and apologizing to the people that she damaged forever, and their career prospects and a whole series of other interactions that she stopped people from exhibiting the most human of reactions, which is, can we please just all be together when someone in our family is dying? No, you can't, I've decreed it. Or, yes, you take that and you'll get well, no one will die. Lady, you don't deserve respect. You're not a human individual. You're not leading with kindness and empathy. You're just another totalitarian despot. And the idea that you can form this kind of initiative is an offence to common sense and decency in this country.